Hey everybody, it's your girl Sherry. Welcome back to Alleged Actually podcast. Guys, just like I promised, we are here with a very special guest. We are here with none other than the Mrs. Cynthia Decker. I'm going to give you guys a quick little bio and then we're going to welcome her. And y'all, we're going to get into this exclusive interview. This is so exciting. So, first off, let me just say before I do the bio, thank you, Cynthia, so much for being here.
No, thank you for having me. I love to talk, clearly.
Well, we love to talk too. And guys, just so you know, she was so gracious. I reached out on her Instagram. I'm like, I hope she doesn't think I'm crazy because I'm so hitting her up. And she responded and she has been so lovely and so wonderful. So thank you so much, Cynthia, for that.
Thank you for having me. I mean, any chance I get to talk about women's boobs and bras and healthy bra fit, I'm on it. I'm on it.
We love it. So, guys, if you don't know, somehow if you've been living under a rock, Miss Cynthia is the founder of Lingerie. She's a talented designer, reality TV personality, featured in 90 Day Fiancé Pillow Talk, and a few of the other shows we'll get into.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
She's also been in the show Double Divas that was featured on Lifetime. She is the owner of Brest Frends LLC and does some amazing virtual bra fitting. Ladies, that's your girl. And not only that, she is podcast host to an upcoming, very important podcast that's getting ready to launch called Justice Isn't Just, where she will be doing that with Kelly Brown, who is also featured on the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. So we're really looking forward to that, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. So, Miss Cynthia, we first saw you on Lifetime Double Divas, which, by the way, guys, if you haven't seen it, it was aired back in 2013. Go back and find them. It is so freaking funny. Great show.
It is funny.
It is. But I wanted to ask you, how did your lingerie business get an opportunity to be featured on your own show on Lifetime?
Well, we got that question a lot because how do you a place in Georgia, a little store that's not a major brand, get that? Well, we had a one of our vendors for Vabien, he was like, y'all would be perfect for this. You're funny, you're outgoing, they're looking for a store. And so we basically filmed our life in the store. We were terrible at filming, we're terrible at tag. So it was really quite funny. And they laughed and loved the fact that we were just so, I guess, down to earth and real. And they picked us up and they actually felt sorry for us. So they sent a crew out who were doing Say Yes to the Dress. And they came out, filmed us, and did a pilot. And it came down to two people, two different stores. And they ended up picking our store because a story that I had told during the time that we were being filmed about a client I had who was dying of stage 4 bone cancer. And she was 32 years old. And she had 2 small children. And she had come into my store to get lingerie because pretty bras, because her husband was taking her one last time on a trip around the world, basically with their children. And they were going to just live it up because there was nothing that medication could do for her anymore. Right. And I think it hit me really hard because I was at the same age. And I also had 2 children, roughly the same age. And it just really made me realize that life is so short and, we're not guaranteed that time. And it's so important to live it to the fullest. And we cried and hugged and I don't know. And I still go back to that. I still remember her. And obviously she's passed away many, many years. I mean, this was over 25 years ago. Or 20 years ago. And it was right after we opened. And it was a great story, but it got their heartstrings and they picked us for that. The show was actually supposed to be a kind of after hours, like not like sexy show, because I think they
Mhm.
thought that when they used to say when the curtains open or close, the secrets spill. Well,
Mhm.
they wanted it to be the sexy show, but they didn't. When they realized very shortly, it wasn't. It was
Right.
everyday women with crazy issues, and
Yeah.
it came on right after Dance Moms, so it got this huge following of middle school,
Uh-huh.
and so it was just funny how it became this almost like a duck dynasty of bra, I guess
Yeah.
you could say. And I love those times. It was extremely hard, and I probably will be talking about some of that on the show with Kelly. But uh, the behind the scenes of filming is a lot tougher than people realize. We make it look easy, but it's a lot of long hours. So
Mm.
yeah, so we've been trying to kind of let people in on what happens behind the scenes. So, but I enjoyed it. It's a time of my life I will never ever forget. I lived like a star for a while, and it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Helped a lot of women. We helped a
Yeah.
lot of people. I helped the
Yeah.
goat. I helped largest boobs in the world. I made a bra for her, Norma Stitz. I did a toilet paper wedding dress that's in
Oh,
the museum in Austin, Texas, Ripley's. And yeah, I've done some crazy stuff that I would
yeah.
never ever change. I loved every minute of
We loved watching it. So thank you for that.
it.
Um so guys, after that, you guys know that she graced our screens on TLC's 90 Day Fiance franchise. You've been credited for Happily Ever After, Scenes in That, What Now, Self
Mhm.
Quarantine, Diaries, and of
Yes.
course, whether you know it or not, Cynthia, absolutely a fan favorite on Pillow Talk. Okay?
I I love doing that. I mean, you're getting paid to eat, drink, and critique a show. I, with your best friend. I mean, it was pretty much it was like a dream job, really. It was a blessing. I look back on it and I say I think I never really expected to even do it as long as I did. I think it was just one of those things that I was like so grateful just to do it. You know, it was helping our
Yeah.
store. I was trying to get, more people about bras again. So that was the whole
Yes.
reason we were on it, was
Yes.
to really build our brand and our business up. So yeah,
Yes.
it was
Well,
fun.
again, we loved watching you on that. And now I fully understand that there's some things that we cannot talk about due to legal reasons.
Yeah.
But what can you tell us about what's been going on with you since we've last seen you on Pillow Talk?
Well, so as a lot of people do know, they know this much that I am no longer with Libby Ray. Um, I have been trying to start my own business for about 2 years now. Brest Frends was what I came up with, and that was I wanted to still do consulting. I wasn't really sure if I ever wanted to do a store again, just because number one, leaving the business and pretty much everything I had kind of been through, my credit got destroyed. When your credit gets destroyed, nobody's going to give you no money to open a business. So I've had to kind of just, I like to say I'm treading water all the
Mhm.
time. And I'm trying to figure out which way is land. That's what I feel like all the time. I'm like, okay, if I swim a little bit further this way, maybe that's the right direction. I get there and I'm like, oh no, I got to go back that way. So it's not been easy. It's been a really tough road for me. But but I'm so blessed that there's people like you that I've been on the Kiki and Kibbit show with Kelly and Mary. We've been doing that. I've had a huge outpouring of support, and it's funny. You get on TV, but I'm not a super social person. I'm kind of what do they call it? An extrovert introvert.
Uh-huh.
I stay at home a lot, but when I'm on, I'm on. Like I
Yeah.
can talk. I don't get shy, things like that. But unless I'm being pulled to do that, I tend
Mhm.
to recluse. So I've reclused a lot over the past couple years for numerous reasons. But I've been trying to figure out what direction am I supposed to go? I've teamed up with Lee from Busted Bra Shop up in Chicago and Michigan. She's an amazing woman, veteran, a disabled veteran who has pretty much got 5 stores. She's amazing, great human being. I went up there, did a fit event in Michigan, came back. We had a good time, did an event here, and have actually thought about opening a Busted here. It's been talks, but then I, God, I'm a huge believer in spirit. Okay, and I whoever is, there's somebody bigger than us. That's how I say.
Absolutely.
And the good Lord has been watching over me. I pray I've become a lot more spiritual in this time of separation and recluse. And I've really had to learn to listen to my inner voice, which is your spirit and soul. And that's what you should listen to. Not everything going on out here, but I was listening to. So since I've been able to quiet my mind, and I've just said, hey, God, I need you to show me. I need you to show me what direction I'm supposed to go in, because I don't know. I don't know if you want me there. I don't know if you want me there. I'm just kind of, I want to go where you want me to go. So after this past court date in April, I had to figure out something, because I'm like, I gotta make money. I gotta make money. And I realized that I wasn't gonna be able to pay my camper. I've had to let that go. I've had to really do some things that I've never done in my life. It's been a very humbling experience, because I've never had to ask for help. I've always been self-sufficient. But at some point you actually get to that period that you're like, I can't do it. I can't do this by myself. I need help. And I have actually become to that spot in my life now that I realize it's okay to ask for help. So not only was asking God for help, I'm asking people for help. I'm like, I need this, I need that. And the outpouring of love has been unbelievable. I set up a GoFundMe. I didn't want to do that. I was really against it from day one. But it came to a point that I had to, and I let somebody do that. And it was amazing, because I was able to pay my house payment. I was able to have a little bit left over, and it was just to have a cushion. I was so grateful. And so during that time, I was able to make last month's house payment. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do this month? I'm terrified. I don't know what I'm going to do. Because you can't just go, I have to explain this, because what I do is very specialized. It's a skill that I have learned over since I was 18 years old. I've been doing this. So I lived in London. I worked for Rigby and Peller, who used to make the Queen's bras. I learned to fit. I learned everything there. Then I came back and continued in this business. So this is all I've ever done. But when I tell you, Bill, I'm 53 years old. So I've been working on this business for 20 years. Just Libby Ray alone was 18 years. So, you don't just leave and all of a sudden you can go, hey, let me get on Indeed and find a job making the same amount of money. It doesn't work like that.
Absolutely.
It just doesn't. So I was a little bit nervous about that, because I'm like, I don't know how to make the money. And I had to make the money because both of us built this house. So I need my income. So I was able to, my sister-in-law, who was living in my camper, that I was like, I've got to let this go. She said, well, I don't know where we're going to go. I said, well, I built this big house. So her and her husband have moved in with their 2 small children, my niece and nephew, who are 5 and 3. So it's very interesting to have young children around again. I was an empty nester. And so that was adjustment alone. But then we found out that my husband's grandfather, Frank, he had nowhere to go. He was actually he's run out of money, pretty much, that he could pay for the nicer nursing home, and they were going to send him to a state run. And he was already unhappy. And I said, bring him. Let's bring him. So he lives in my dining room right now. Yeah. So hospice came this past weekend, set him up. I've been feeding him. I told him he's going to have to get a bigger pair of pants, or we're going to be on my 600-pound life senior edition, because he likes to eat and I like to cook. So it's been an interesting combination for a week. But he's gone from not being able to walk to taking steps now.
Oh,
So we are working on it. He wants to be self-sufficient to it as much as he can at 97. He's 97 years old.
wow. What a blessing.
What a blessing. So he is just wonderful, and everybody's so excited. And now, I went from a house that was empty to a house filled again. And it's just, I'm starting to understand what God wanted me to do. He took me away, sat me down, wasn't easy. Okay. But I grew. And now it's like, wow, maybe this wasn't about me at all. It wasn't about me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to say, okay, this was about somebody else. God needed me here. And so here I am. And I'm doing this, and I'm doing virtual fittings because Granddad, he sleeps most of the day.
Yeah.
But I just can't go off to work all day long. I have to be here to get his tea. He's English, so he has a British accent, and he's so cute. But he likes his tea and crackers and cookies and biscuits. So, so I have to be here for him. But I told him I can at least do my virtual fitting. So I've been blessed that people are starting to sign up. Trust me, word of mouth is spreading. They're like, wow, this is great. I have a breastie is what I call it. Instead of my breastie. So we do some bra fitting and just talk. It's not even, that's the thing about what I'm doing now. I love is that it's not just about bras and boobs. It's about life. Like you're my friend. Like we can actually talk about some real life stuff. Like if you got somewhere on your body that's something you haven't shown anyone, or you're concerned, or you feel like you're odd, I'm that girl.
Yeah.
You can show me, you can tell me, and I'm probably gonna make you feel a lot better about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean,
so that's what I'm doing, Sherry. I'm trying to find my way in some dim light right now, and it's getting brighter. So I'm just hoping that I can continue to do what I love, which is help women. Yeah,
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that is amazing. God works in mysterious ways. God's way is, and he can work things out better than we can ever imagine. Like I'm a witness. Yeah, I have a story too. But this is about you today. But
no, and I love that. That's why I'm doing some of the Justice Isn't Just, because everyone has a story.
Yeah.
Everybody. I just so happen to be in the public eye. But regular people just like me, that maybe I wasn't in the public eye, still go through what I've gone through. You went through something. We all go through stuff. And I think it's important that we talk about things. Because if I say to everybody with this new podcast I'm going to do, if I can prevent one person from going through anything I did in the past 2 years, or hell, in the past 10 years, past 20, I'm going to do it, because that's what we're here for, is to help each other. We're not here for ourselves. And that's what God is reminding me of. It's like, Cynthia, ain't about you. You're not here. You're here to serve me and serve the people. Yes. And in that, I'm going to bless you. And that's what he's doing. He's made a way. I've not worked in 2 years. 2 years. 2 years. And I'm still in my home.
You're still there?
I can't say that's it. That's got to be it. So, so if you're out there and you're struggling, listen, let me be a witness. It's, if you pray and you trust God, he's going to bring you through it. It may not be easy. No, you know what? I'm going to tell you, it ain't going to be easy.
Right.
It's going to be hella hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be you down. It's going to build you back up the way he needs to.
Yes.
I know I'm preaching. I should be preaching, but
no, I love it, honey. I'm here for it. I love me a good word.
We're in rough places right now. A lot of people angry, a lot of people hurt. It's a lot going on. So we need to team together as women, as people that love God and want to be a good person in this world. We got to keep sharing.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. Well, my next question, I think you may have kind of answered it, but I'm going to ask it anyway, because I was asked to ask you. The fans wanted me to ask, do you have any plans of returning back to reality TV?
Okay, that's a loaded question, because a lot of people wanted Kelly and I to be sitting together on Pillow Talk, which was kind of funny. And we would have done it. We totally did it. We did all three of us on the couch. And Kelly and I, we get along so well, and we laugh and we have fun sense of humor together. But I do not believe that TLC would do that ever again. And when you start to have legal stuff go on behind the scenes, TLC will usually, or most of the networks will run from that. So unfortunately, I doubt, not saying never, because you never know, but I doubt that I will ever be back on TLC. Now, if Kelly and I get this justice isn't just going, and we really start building a following and people, want us, and you're going to be able to watch us there. But would I be against doing it? No.
Okay.
But I will tell y'all that there's a lot of stuff that goes on that is pretty tough, that we're not really allowed to always talk about when it's happening either. And reality TV is not reality. That's one of the things we've been talking about on Mary's show, is that even 90 Day Fiance right now, I don't believe these couples are real. Now, obviously, some of the older couples, but like Jasmine and Gino, yeah, they were real at one time. I think they were. But unfortunately, the show has created monsters.
Absolutely.
It's created major monsters. Jasmine, who I used to profit when she first started on the show, so sweet, was all about body positivity, helping teens, all that. I don't even know who she is anymore.
Yeah.
I have watched the fame and the money and the just the need to stay relevant is so hard and so strong for some people. And I speak from experience clearly, because I've had years of TV. And when I went through that with Double Divas a little bit, and it wasn't even as bad as it now, because we didn't have social media like we do now.
Right.
This was in 2010 was Double Divas. So now, everybody's, commenting and they make them stars and they have followers. And I'm just going to say, it goes to their head, man. It's not everybody. Didn't go to mine, didn't go to Kelly, didn't go to Ruben the Cuban, didn't go to, Riley. There's a lot. Liz, honestly, didn't really go to her head. She's a good person. She went through hell with Ed. And she probably had hella time with Ed. Now, and Ed is not my favorite. There's a few on there that are abusive. Angela and Ed are the two top. I think that Jasmine is now becoming, unfortunately, very abusive. I don't like how she degrades Gino. And I'm not saying Gino isn't deserving of it. I just don't like it. I think it's ugly.
I agree.
And so there's a lot of ugliness in the reality land that I'm not sure that I want to deal with. Veronica, great person.
Yeah.
What you get from her. She's a real deal. Her and Tim, real deal. So there are a lot that are great, but unfortunately the ego, greed monster gets in on some of them. So I don't miss that.
I'm sure. And I mean, a lot of that translates on camera, because those of us that have been watching from day one definitely see the difference, definitely see the contrived stories, the over the topness, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And, we were talking the other night about it, because I love 90 Day UK. I don't know if you've ever watched it.
I have not.
Okay, well, you need to, because the 90 Day UK is actually the way 90 Day used to be.
Okay.
It's that you still have drama, but you have drama in a way that it's funny drama, or it's lighthearted drama. It's like, oh my gosh, we're getting ready for the wedding. Is the outfit going to be ready? It's not, this person cheated on me. I found their phone. I don't trust them. It's starting to go that way, but I think we need to get back to feel good TV. We need things that when we finish watching it, we laugh, we feel like, oh my God, I can't wait. Wow, I love that person. Now it's like we get through and we're like, oh my God, I'm exhausted from watching. And it's getting dark. We need to bring in the light again. The light.
I agree.
So that's my 2 cents. I don't know what they're worth, but
A
that's how I
lot.
feel. That's how I
Yeah,
feel.
no, a lot.
I'm really painting I really want people to see my authenticity. That's one thing that I think we're lacking in the world right now, because I call our world a selfie society.
Yes,
We're
it is.
always like this. We're worried
Right?
about and what we look like and all that. And I said, we need to put the phone down. We need to get back to communication, talking to
Yes,
people, treating each other the way we want to be treated. That's been my message, and that's how I feel.
I
So,
am with you. I agree 100%. Okay, now we're going to get into
mm,
the whole. Well, first, let me ask you, and we already talked about this a little bit. You know how you
mhm.
got into lingerie design and
Yes,
custom bra fitting, because you said you've
yes.
been doing it since 18.
Yeah, I always wanted to be a designer. I would get up in my nana's attic and get her old clothes and rip things apart and put them together. I've always had that I wanted to be a fashion designer since I was little. I didn't know that that was really the bras were the direction I was going to go in. I was terrible at math, terrible at school, so I was always artsy. I paint, I draw, and I'm all creative.
Good.
I'm not tech savvy. I'm not that computer person. So computers scare me, to be honest. But I am very creative. I'm an out of the box thinker. So I love to do that. So when I started doing bras, I was in high school. It was my high school job. And I stumbled across Intimacy, which was the lady that went on Oprah. So that was basically where I met my ex business partner. We ended up being two of the highest sales. We decided one day when we couldn't help somebody that had a mastectomy and she had one boob that was like a size J and
Wow.
nothing. And our boss handed us this little bitty swim gel pad. And I just looked at her and I'm like, you're kidding, right? You're
Wow.
kidding. Like, that's what are we supposed to do? She's like, well, we don't have anything. And I'm like, well, you put yourself on Oprah. You put yourself on Oprah, you have to have everything because you
Right.
can't. Yeah. So we ended up, that's when we left and we opened the business on my personal credit. Nobody would give us a loan because we were two women with I had great credit, but I had no equity and I had nothing. I had no history because I had come out of a bad marriage. And the only thing I had was good credit. So we opened every credit card we could and we started Libby Ray. And we brought in large forms for mastectomy. We wanted to be your one-stop bus shop. We wanted to do everything because they're like, if you're going to come here, you need to be able to do everything. So that's how that came about. And so that's how pretty much the business, how I got started was doing that. Now, when I worked in Intimacy, before that, I had lived in London. I went to the American College for Applied Arts that doesn't exist anymore. I'm that old, but it was an art school. And we had, there was a school in Switzerland, one in London, and then one here, and then somewhere else, can't remember. But anyway, my boyfriend at the time was English. Well, actually, he was Scottish, and he was royalty. So he was Camilla Parker Bowles's nephew or cousin.
Wow.
So yeah, I didn't even know who she was like at that time. Like, he was just so I was only 19. But so I lived in a castle in Scotland for about a year. I mean, Dance with Andrew Lloyd Webber. I've Tim Rice. I've met the original Bond girls. I've hobnobbed with people that had so much money, you would have never even looked at them and known because they didn't care. They
Wow.
grew up that way. And so I did. I lived a very cool life. It wasn't easy, but I grew. I did a lot of growing. I worked for Rigby and Peller. It was across from Harrods at the time. I would take the tube every day to go to work, and people would line up around the door. They had a doorman that would open up, and they would make me take a tea break every day at 12. I'd have to take 2 tea breaks, 12 and 2. And it was just cool. Like I think I look back on it now and I think, gosh, I wish I was a little wiser so I could have appreciated it more. But even still, I still have a friend, Gustav, who is from Sweden. I talk to regularly, and I just met long-term people, and I live like I've never lived. I grew a lot. And when I came back to the States, I went right back to work for Susan at Intimacy. And so I started their alteration program because I was doing it there in London. And so I started that. And when I came back, and so I do a lot of everything. And I just stayed there as long as I could. I had a baby, I got married, and in and out. And that's how I met my ex business partner, and we started Livy Ray. We both worked there. So, and then here I am. That's all I've ever done. That's all I've ever done. So.
Wow. Who knew, honey? You have had a life, ma'am. Yeah. And you're just getting
started. It's quite a story. And it's not been easy. And it's like, people, I had some people tell me I was born with a silver spoon, or made people think I was rich. And no, I wasn't rich. I had a grandmother who spoiled me, loved me to death. I was an only child. And so she spoiled me rotten. I was humbled when she passed away, and that was hard. So I've had a lot of very highs and a lot of very lows. So it's up, down. But I don't regret a minute of it. When I die, I'm going to say I lived it, honey. I did it.
That's it. That's it. Okay. Next question I have. Statistics that I have found say that 85% of women are wearing the wrong bra size and fit. Why are so many of us getting it wrong?
Okay. I'm going to break it down. Okay. So basically what happens is when Oprah did her show, all of a sudden there was a bra revolution in the United States. Nobody had heard of a G. They didn't even know what a G was. Okay. No. A G is 4 Ds. Okay. An F is 3 Ds, and E is 2 Ds. So there's a lot to bras, which is why I've been doing it my whole life. But the basics of it are, which is why it becomes very confusing, is there is US sizing, there's UK sizing, and then there's like a Euro size. We always say there should just be UK sizing, European sizing, because in America, what they decided to do, because most companies are men run, all right? They said, how can we make money? How can we make money? They didn't care so much about the fit of the bra or the size of the bra. They cared is, can we make, like Victoria's Secret, can we make this so sexy and so appealing that it doesn't matter your size, you want to wear that bra and you're going to wear it no matter what. And that's basically what happened. You had people who were like 38J trying to wear Victoria's Secret bras. And the only way, which they can't, but trust me, I've seen them try. The only way you can do that is in American sizing, and it can get a little complicated. So I'm going to try and be really simple about it. In American sizing, they want to go to now a G, which is the 4 Ds. They've decided, okay, we're going to make a G because Oprah said, and now people want it, so we're going to make it. And I'm talking about companies such as like, Olga doesn't, Vanity Fair doesn't, but basically any bra that you can go to Kohl's and buy off the rack. Those are American size bras. I'm not going to find my size there. I'm a 32H. I might be a G now because I've lost some weight, but an H cup, yes, I'm a 32H. I don't look it because I hide it well, but and I'm going to show you, I'm very full busted, but I'm very small. So when I go to even Victoria's Secret, I can't wear their bras, but I would be the model for Victoria's Secret, right? The models supposedly big boobs, small back, whatever.
Right.
They can't fit their own models. So because they do American sizing. And the reason they do that is because if they go to G, H, J, K, if they go all the way up, it's money. It costs money. Then you have to have somebody come in and train the girls because they don't know how to fit those sizes. They've never done it. So what happens is you got people in rural areas of Missouri, you got people in other states that all they have is a Lane Bryant, or all they have is a Walmart.
Yep.
And they don't have access to a small boutique store that actually might be able to size you, or might carry brands such as, Parfait or Goddess Salome or Wacol, or, Wacol is everywhere pretty much. Thank God. I mean, that's a staple. Everybody knows that name, but there's a lot of other brands, Panache, Kirby Kate, Iwa Mikulak, who is out of Poland. Polish bras are amazing bras. So beautiful and so well made. So there's so many more bra brands out there that people just don't know because they don't have access. So that is why I did Brest Frends when I was at Libby Ray. We were doing this there. But, and it was just for people that wanted appointments with us, and they wanted more specialized help. We did in-store and virtual. But what I found is I really enjoyed virtual appointments because I was able to one-on-one with somebody, talk about their issues, let them tell me if, they feel like one of their boobs, something's wrong with it, or, let me put their mind at ease. It was like a place that just two girls could talk. And I thought, and I had a woman, one of them was in Alaska. Wow. And her delivery of bra came from the plane. Like, she was out in one of those meat drying sheds. I'm not even lying.
Wow.
And she, we were laughing when it was happening because I'm like, are you in the meat drying shed? And she said, girl, I have no access to nothing. She said, I can't go to a store. She said, I saw you and I knew you could do this. And she's like, took a chance. Well, she's my client. I gave her bras. Now she's on her own. And unless she changes size, she knows what to do. And it saved her. So there are people that can't get to a store. And so by doing virtual fitting, which back in the day, it was scary because didn't do a lot of this stuff. It wasn't FaceTime. It was just starting to come around. Like, people weren't used to it. They thought they were going to be videoed and end up on a sign somewhere, so they were scared. But now it's so easy and everybody can do it. So I thought, why not? People in Europe, I have people in Ireland, I have people in England, I have people all over the place that are my clients, and I love it. And so basically what I do, which is probably going to be one of your other questions, just because you want to know how virtual fit works. So virtual fit is just so easy. It's intimidating because you think, how is she going to fit me? She's not here. She doesn't know me. Well, I need a tape measure. I do it without too, but I prefer to have a tape measure. And I like to measure. We get two measurements. Okay. We get one right here, which is where your bra band sits. Then we do another one that goes across the fullest part of your bust.
Okay.
When I get those two numbers, I then can dissect it down to your band and a range of cup. Tape measures lie. They don't tell you the full truth because you're not accounting for breast tissue that might be back here. Yeah. So I just use it as a guide, but it really comes down to me. I look you all the way around. I take into your body shape, your height, how active you are, what you're doing in your life. Some people don't leave home. If you're not leaving home, you're probably looking for more comfort. You may only need one wired bra. You might need more leisure or sport bras or something that you're comfortable in. And we saw this out of COVID because everybody was trapped at home and a lot of people gained weight. So then their bras didn't fit. So then they were ordering these pull over the head things. So a lot of people got used to non-wire. So the good news with that is there's so many more options now. It used to be a non-wired bra was ugly. It looked like Nana's bra and it wasn't something you ever. So, now we're getting more style. Bralettes are getting larger. I can wear bralettes. And so I've seen a trend and it's great, but they're also getting back to more natural, more authentic fabrics, things that are real. They don't want fake stuff anymore. They want healthy stuff. They don't want a bunch of dyes, things like that. So it's funny to watch how, the bra industry changes and evolves. But that being stated, I went off topic about the sizing, but UK sizing is the same thing as American sizing up to a G cup, F or G cup. F, I'm going to say F because some companies do double F. So I'm going to say to F, which is 3Ds. That's American sizing. What makes UK sizing from American sizing different is that UK continues up. They continue. So it goes from F, double FG, double GH, double HJ, double JK, double KLMNOP.
Wow. Wow.
So when you think of D cup, people always say D, triple D, F, that's so large. No, ma'am. That's little. You're little. D's little. No, large is P. That's
I cannot.
when I gotta make you a bra, that's large.
Large. Now, see, I'm over here thinking I'm doing something with my D's, and I'm probably in the wrong size.
I bet you are not.
Girl.
What band? Let me see. Stand. Oh, heck no. Turn to the sit. You better sit down. Should have done a bra fitting on you before we even did this.
I know. We're still gonna do one.
A 32. You're a 32. You're almost my size. You're probably like a 32G. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm interested to see. That's why I'm definitely doing this virtual fitting. And so absolutely. I'm gonna, if I can have Cynthia back, I will.
But let me ask you, what bra size are you buying when you buy one?
A 38D.
Okay. Oh, this is perfect. I'm going to break this down for you. Okay. So a 38D is a 36 double D, is a 34 triple D F, okay, is a 32 G.
Oh my God.
That's how good I am. I just
you are good.
And broke that down. So you are the prime example of what people do in America when they don't know there's something else. They go up the band. Okay. Yeah. You and I are not 38 this way. We're going to measure probably 31, 32 inches. So why are we buying a 38 band?
You're right.
That's 38 inches. You know why? Because every time you go up a band from 32 to 34, the cup gets bigger.
Yeah.
So that's why you're getting coverage. And so a lot of times you buy the bra, the 38D, you go home first week, you're like, this isn't bad. I think I like this bra. Then the second week hits and all of a sudden your strap's falling, or this is kind of, you're tugging at it, or you notice you got to pull this and move that. And what's happening is the bra is stretching. All bras are tight for the first 3 to 4 wearings. After that, they stretch. They're rubber bands. They just keep getting looser. Yeah. So you got to have a firm foundation in order to support this.
Yeah.
So that is why the bras seem to work, but then they don't. Because once that 38 band starts to loosen, then your wire starts coming forward. It sits on breast tissue. You can push it in. Sometimes your boobie falls out the bottom and you got to push it back in. Yes, girl, I know. I know.
She knows, y'all.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to suffer. And so what I do, which is one of the things I love about not having a store, is I can refer you wherever I want to. So if I find the perfect bra for you on Amazon, or I find the perfect bra on you at Busted or Her Room, you shop there. You're not limited. If I can find you, so I'm like your personal shopper of bras. So we do our fitting, then I'm going to send you options and links, and you're going to be able to go to that link, look at the bra, the size will be there for you to get, and either you want to try it or you don't. once you get your bras, okay, it's very simple. You got my cell number at this point because we're breasties. You are now going to try these bras on, and you're gonna have to work at getting everything in because you're not used to a firm band. You're used to just standing up, putting your bra on. You're not gonna be able to do that, girl. You're not.
Okay.
It's gonna be tight. So once you get your bra on, you take a front and a side picture. And I tell my breasties, I say, go to the bathroom if you don't have help. If you live alone, it's okay. Just go stand like this and take a picture of the mirror with your reflection. Okay. And then turn here and do the same thing. Okay. I'm going to blow you up. I'm going to look at the bra and I'm going to make sure it's right.
Okay.
Because of how long I've been doing it, I'm going to know certain things that don't look right or wrong. So I'll know that that this is not fitting. If the bra does not fit, I send you the message and I say, hey, look, doesn't work. We need to go up a cup. Exchange for this size. And I give you the size to exchange for. And if I don't get it right the first time, which most of the time I do, the second time is a given. You'll get it right. And then once we know your size, sky's the limit. I can suggest different bras. And so I do, my virtual fitting appointment is $50. It's 45 minutes. But we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm going to educate you a little bit on your bras. I'm going to tell you how to wash them. Dryer, ladies, if you're putting these bras in the dryer, you're killing them. You're killing them quick. You don't want to use fabric softener. It's a big no-no. A lot of people do that because it makes their bras soft and they smell so good.
Yeah.
But the problem with it is it breaks your threads down. It softens them so much that they start to snap. And that's how wires pop through. So you really don't want to use fabric softener unless you're trying to break the bra in. It's because it's black and it's itchy and it's really heavy dye. Scratchy bra, you can do it, but any others you don't want to.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it's simple. I mean, that's it. I have a 15-minute, $15 appointment. Say you're one of those people that would rather have me look at you trying the bra on, help you get in it. You can book a time to do a 15-minute try on with me. And I'll sit there with you and help you get in it and everything. So it's really full service, but it's from a distance, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. Wow. Okay. So that was my next question, but you perfectly answered it.
Okay.
And this is great. And ladies, honestly, you guys need to go ahead and book this because look, I'm not trying to out anyone, but look, I work with, it's only like about 5 women in my office. We're mostly, my team is mostly men. I work for the government.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a good bra.
Yeah. Need a good bra. And my girl, I mean, like, there's one, and I'm not going to name, but that poor baby is struggling. And it's like, I know, like, in dresses and things, like, she could look 20 pounds lighter if she had on the right bra.
Absolutely.
And it's not just her. I mean, my sister struggled for years. She finally got it. And my mom is very busty. She's way bigger than I am. And she asked me when she knew I was doing this interview, she was like, y'all are going to talk bras?
Absolutely, we are. I'd love to help your mom. And that's the thing. You just said what every woman said. We know somebody. And if we don't know them, we've seen them at the Six Flags, at the fairs. I mean, these women, they don't even have it's basically, I call it the slingshot. They're going to Walmart because they can't wear wire. It's painful and they shouldn't. But so they're getting the Olga bra, non-wired, ugly thing. And they're like 32 years old. And I'm going, baby,
yes,
we got to get you. There's some help and there's some cute stuff like, or Lane Bryant. Lane Bryant is the place. People my size go to Lane Bryant. I'm like, you're not a Lane Bryant candidate. Right. Lane Bryant is good for women that are fuller backed with maybe smaller busts. So like your 44 B's and C's, they up to like a G cup. They're great. But when you get into a smaller band like you and me, we're not Lane Bryant. Even though we're big busted, we're not big. So that's the difference.
Yeah.
So you got to go to a place that that sells bras that are going to work for you and your body type. And because nobody knows, that's why I do this. Because I'm like, I'll tell you your body type. I'm going to tell you where to go. And if it's Torrid or it's Lane Bryant, go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not discriminating. The difference, but the one thing I will tell you about like some of these like Warner's, Vanity Fair, Lane Bryant, their materials that they use, even if, like, say you were even in the right size, but your bra, you just know something isn't right, but you can't figure it out. And then I tell you, well, you're actually in the right size. And then they're like, well, why does my bra hurt? What's wrong? Something's not right. And I said, it's your quality. Yeah. So quality of bra makes a huge difference in fit. So if you buy like those Vanity Fair, the Olga, the Lane Bryant, again, they're going to fit for a week or two, sometimes a month, but their fabrics are so forgiving and stretchy that they stretch very fast. And then you're right back to on the tightest hook, your band's riding up, your boobs are spilling out, and you're like, I just bought the bra. It's because they can't handle it. They can't handle, they don't have enough support. And let me tell you, if you're a J cup, even a K cup, I can get you in a strapless.
Oh, that was another question I have for you because that's my struggle. So I am a Bali girl, but
that's why.
I went to Bali. Huh?
Bali's one of the ones you can't buy from Bali. Bali's okay if you're a 36B or a 38B. It isn't okay for you and me.
No, because the same thing that you said, the stretching, and then not only that, I went to them because I discovered that they had I only buy the ones that are minimizers.
Yep.
Because I need that tight. I need,
Okay. So a minimizer, I'm just going to tell you, we used to have people want to come in. I don't want my boobs coming through the door before me. I'm like, listen, a minimizer, I always say we are beauticians, not magicians. Okay. Right. Think about what a minimizer is going to do. It's going to flatten and it's going to fatten. So basically all you're doing is you're getting less cup depth with a minimizer. So you're basically binding, or you're trying to bind, but because your band's so loose, you're not binding anything. It's falling out. But it doesn't really, it makes you almost look like a uniboob. We need to get away from minimizers. A good fitting bra will make you look sizes smaller. Like you will look like you lost weight, you'll look like you got taller, and you will look like your boobs are smaller. And that is the truth. That's why Oprah, when she did her show and she said, change your bra and lose 5 pounds or make yourself look like you lost 5 pounds. That's the truth.
Yeah.
I see it every day. You put on a new bra, the bra lifts up, get your boobs midway. I always tell people, your boobs, you can see mine, should be, nipple should be exactly midway between shoulder and elbow. If if the point of apex of your breast is down here, you're sagging. So the reason I say that is because our clothing, like you said, the dress looked terrible because of the bra. That's why women's shirts buckle and they pop open here, because the boobs are falling down in the area that they're not supposed to be.
Okay.
And if we can get our bra and get our boobs lifted and put them where they're supposed to, your clothing fits better. Sometimes your tops end up too big. It's crazy. Yeah. It's a big change. I would love to do a before and after with you.
I would love that.
And then what we'll do, I'm just thinking of this now. I'm going to fit you, get you, give you a couple of recommendations, let you then try the bra, and then we'll go live again and talk about what the difference, what your experience was, and, and can you tell a difference? People, when they first get a new bra that fits, they say, oh my goodness, it's too tight. They'll feel very harnessed. But once you start wearing it like that, you'll never go back.
Okay.
And like I'm wearing a sports bra today. I wear a sports bra most of the days. I love it. Non-wire. Anita makes amazing sports bras. So does Goddess Alomi.
Okay.
They're really good companies. Panache has got a fantastic sports bra that'll go up to a K cup. So
Ooh,
there's I mean a small K. I mean, and this also depends. A K on a 32 is a different than a K on a 42.
right.
Okay. So people will be like, "Oh, you're the same size as me," but no, because you're a 38H. I'm a
Right.
32H. So your H is way bigger than my H, but
Right.
we're still H. So that's why people get confused, because people like you're in a triple D and you're thinking, "Wow, I know I must be bigger around this way because I can't be more bigger this way. I'm already a
Right.
D, and that's big. D's not big."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
So,
it. Y'all, this is so good. I mean, okay, for all my ladies out there, look at all these gems we've already gotten. And I am taking her up on that challenge. So we will
I
be
know.
doing that virtual fitting. And then
Yes.
we will come back and we will do a live so you guys will see. And I guarantee you, you will want to get that virtual fitting too. Trust
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it that you're in the 38D Valley. That just made my job so easy. That's so funny. Because you are the shopper. You're the person that is struggling trying to figure out what
I
works.
am. I
You are the
am.
everyday person, that
I
doesn't
am.
know. And that's why it's important that you do this and your mom does this, and y'all then can tell a friend at work and say, "Girl, you don't have to suffer. You do
Yes.
not." Because
Yes.
not only do they are not getting support, a lot of women, what they do is they will carry all the weight of their bust in their strap
Yeah.
because they're going so big around. And so they end up with the grooves, those
That's
deep,
my
deep
mom.
grooves. Oh, God.
Yeah.
You end up with arthritis, you end up with pain. Some people's skin changes color.
Hmm.
It's nuts. And they'll have scars where the wires stabbed them their whole life. And
That's me.
girl, and you think about, why is breast cancer on the rise? It's
Hmm.
because women's boobs are bigger than they ever used to be,
Hmm.
but society isn't changing.
Right.
Victoria's Secret, all these mainstream bras are not changing their sizing.
They are
So we're
not.
suffering. We're suffering needlessly.
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
So thank
Well,
you for giving me time to talk about this, because I'm a legend
no,
on bras.
thank
But
you. Thank you. Thank you
I
so
want
much.
to do this. Yeah. Thank
Yes,
you.
and you're so good at it. And so that's what I'm saying. So for all my actualizers out there, the ladies, listen, you heard it here. You're going to want
Yeah.
to come back for the live once I get this
Yeah.
fitting done, and you're going to want to spend time with Cynthia and get your own virtual live so you can get your whole life and get your boobs back up and
Yeah.
get popping. I mean, seriously, it's
That's
a
right.
big deal. It is.
And like for you, I'll tell you, like with you being so small, there was no way for you to find a strapless. Not if you're going to try and do a 38 triple D, because guess what? It's going to fall down because you
It
don't have
always
anything
does.
to anchor. So Panache makes a wonderful bra called Dana, and it runs about 2 cups big. So that's the bra that I can get a lot of my J cups in and K cups in, because it is so big. But what I love about it has boning on the side. So it
Okay.
keeps it from the flipping down. It holds, and it's a very firm, wide band. So
Ooh.
when you put this on, you can dance, you can do anything. And then I wanted to give y'all my phone number. This is my cell. I know you put the Brest Frends 333, and that's fine if you want to email me. But if you want a link to book, I'm going to tell you my number. So get your pen. I
Okay.
want to give you this cell number, because that way, when you can text me and say, please send the link, I will send you my booking link right then. Plus, you'll already have my number. So that makes it easier than trying to find it, because right now I have it in my link tree in my bio on my Instagram. So I'd rather just send you the link if you want it. So my telephone number is 678
Okay.
713 8672.
Okay.
And I will be happy to help you. That will also be our communication. So
Okay.
I'm excited. Thank
That'll
you
be
so
great.
much, Sherry. I've had so much
Absolutely.
fun,
Yes.
and I'm looking forward to doing our fitting.
Me too. Me too. Okay. And I've taken up a ton of your time, but I I want to talk to you before we close this up about your podcast, because I'm so excited for you, because first of all, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy watching other content creators, and I love what your podcast is going to be about. So I want you to talk to our viewers about your podcast. It's called Justice Isn't Just, and she will be doing that with Kelly Brown, who you've also seen, like I said before, on 90 Day. Please tell our viewers about your podcast.
So basically, I am even when I was a little girl, I'm that girl that's going to fight for my friends. I'm the fighter. I'm going to fight until I have nothing left, and I'm going to literally fight for justice. That's just who I am. And when all of this happened a couple of years ago, and I had to end up getting a lawyer for the really kind of maybe the second time in my life, and I've never really dealt with lawyers very much. And so I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I got a good lawyer. And my first lawyer, he was only wanting to do a buyout. And when I actually got sued, he let me go. He said, I can't help you, even though I had invested all this time with him. So I didn't even know lawyers could do that or would do that. So, and then I was coming from behind. I had to find somebody else. And I'm just going to say it. Georgia sucks for lawyers. If you're a great one, text me. I had found one really. The one I've got now is good. He's sweet, but he was the only one that would take me. So I've had a lot of issues with the legal system, lawyers, trusting a lawyer, judges. Just there's so much involved. And I also had an issue with a lease, and didn't know I was supposed to report to the police that I didn't sign it. And so that has presented itself as a major issue, because that was only a 2-year statute of limitations. And I had this fight with the lieutenant of Cobb County, because I was so upset. And I was like, you're telling me, so basically, because I didn't report it, even though I've told everybody I didn't sign it, because I did not report it to the police, it's not a crime anymore. Ooh. And he said, well, it's a crime, but it's civil. And I'm like, so even though I didn't sign it, I can be held accountable for something I didn't sign. So I found out a lot of really, really crappy things the hard way, and not to go blindly. Even though you pay a lawyer, you can't trust them. You got to do everything. And there's just, and since all of this, and having to do the GoFundMe, and having to, possibly losing my home, and just all the things that I've gone through, my credit, I never was under a 750. I don't even want to look at it. It's probably a 450. I don't know. But, I do things the right way. I pay my bills. I pay my taxes. I do everything what I'm supposed to do. But what I'm realizing is that the system is not set up for the good person. It's not set up for the person that does everything right. It's set up to give the person or the people that want to continue to do bad things or get away with whatever it is they're doing to continue to do it. It gives them time. It gives them, you have to send demands. You're basically, if you're supposed to pay or do something by this date, I don't care what it is. I heard something on the news today that, they got to send the grace period demand letter. And I'm like, but they knew. Mm-hmm. They knew they were supposed to pay. Why are we having to, or they were supposed to do this? Why are we having to give them 10 days, right? Spend time, money, sending these demand letters out, which gives that person or people who are not doing the right thing more time to figure out what else they're going to do. Yeah. And so you learn very quickly that if you you want to go do things by the book, or you want to do what people tell you to do, like my lawyer told me to do this and my lawyer told me to do that, I shouldn't have listened. I said, you know what I'm saying? But I paid for that advice.
Absolutely.
Which is why my credit's destroyed, because the lawyers took the money and didn't get the job I paid them for. So, yeah. And then what recourse do you have? Oh, people say, sue your lawyer. Good luck. with
Yeah.
what money? Because you're screwed because of whatever happened. Then you try to find a lawyer to go after a lawyer. Good
Hard.
luck with that.
Absolutely. Yep.
They, as soon as you say, my lawyer didn't do this and I'm unhappy, bam, they don't want to deal with you.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm like, so, I spent one day calling 30 probably at least 30 different lawyers trying to
Wow.
find somebody. And I really, it was just, it's not just me, it's Kelly, it's different people that during the course of everything that I've dealt with when I was looking for lawyers or malpractice lawyers, it's the people that come in my inbox that are creating justice isn't just, because they were wronged and they didn't get to tell anyone. And even if they did, nobody really believed them. They thought they were the problem.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not them. But if the person that's not doing you right sues you and gets people see that you've been sued, all of a sudden you're the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
In court, the judge looks at you. Why are you here again? I actually got that, and I'm like, I don't want to be. I don't want to be. So it's a very degrading, humiliating place to be. And if you don't know the red flags and you don't know how to maneuver through it, you're screwed. I mean, I'm pretty screwed right now, but through this, I know something's going to change. I've got a lawyer who's a friend of mine who's taking the bar, and he's amazing. He's held my hand through this whole thing, and he's like the Robin Hood. His name is Teddy, but he's like the Robin Hood of lawyers. And I said, man, when you get ready, I said, I'll have you so much business in Georgia. You ain't going to be ready for this. But he's an amazing person and human. And the reason he wanted to be a lawyer was because he was done wrong like I was, and it's in a different way. So he was let down by the legal system, and he saw people hurt, and he said, I want to be the lawyer that will take the person that only has $500 to spare. That's the thing. You call a lawyer, oh, well, it's going to be a $10,000 retainer.
How well I know.
I mean, what if you don't have the money?
Exactly.
Okay, they're going to appoint you a lawyer if you killed somebody and committed a major crime. They'll give you somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've been hurt by somebody and you've lost your business or you've lost your home, that's not urgent.
Yeah,
that's not something that the government feels like they need to supply you with something if you can't defend yourself. And that's the problem. Most people, once they're sued, don't have the money to fight back.
Yeah.
And they get screwed. And so what needs to happen is the lawyers, we need to change a lot of the things. Lawyers need to be able to be held accountable, and not through paying and finding a malpractice lawyer. And I'm reporting to the bar. I'm doing all the things that I've been told to do. But I'm about to do it. So I'm going to let people know how it goes. But I've also been told that don't waste your time.
Oh,
they
wow.
get letters all day long. Don't waste your time. They're not going to do anything. So then that kind of set me back. And I'm like, what do you mean don't waste my time? It's the bar. I should be. So, I'm hoping I'm going to have a good experience with that. But I'm just saying that it's very defeating.
Yeah.
When you have something like this happen and you're so let down and your whole life is being destroyed because one person brought her niece to my mediation and then decided to not look at the buyout before I signed it, even though I was asking questions, So you got to trust them because you pay them. But at the same time, it's hard because one wrong move and you're back in court all the time. So you just have to be careful. And there's just a lot of things, and we're not even going to be discussing like any of my stuff because I can't really talk about any of that, but at this time. But Kelly's got a story. Ruben the Cuban's got a story. Riley's got a story. There's a lot of people with stories that are very interesting that could help somebody else in a situation. And that's what we want to do, is we want to help people maneuver through it, not feel defeated, hang in there, what, and help people. That's all it's about right now. It's not about name bashing. It's not about hurting anyone. It's about my experience with the lawyers, with the justice system as an average everyday person. And what has happened is not okay. It's not fair. And there's got to be something people can do.
Yes.
You can't sit back every day and go, oh, well, yeah, I got screwed too.
Yeah.
How many times do you hear that in a day? Like, it's got to stop. It's got to stop.
Yep.
So that's what it's about, pretty much.
Okay. Well, I think that's great. And you guys, if you haven't yet, please go over and go ahead and subscribe to Justice Isn't Just and help be part of the solution. If it hasn't impacted you today, you just wait.
Yeah.
It'll be a family member. Right.
At least 53 years.
Yeah.
53 years to get to this point. Now, granted, I had a divorce, horrible divorce, but that was fairly easy. But my dad paid for that. I was only in my 20s and I had small children. So, everybody has a story. Everybody's had something with attorneys, but it's just we've got to have more everyday people coming and saying, hey, we got to make a change. Something's got to give. These lawyers, you need to be able to hold them accountable very easily and quickly. That's the other thing. I was told by the bar when I said, what do? I need to do this. They said, well, they said, this was the first thing they said, this is not going to be quick. So what I've learned is we hurry up to get nothing. It's nothing moves fast. Everything is very slow. So if you're somebody that's in scared of losing their home because you need action now,
right,
you ain't getting it. Not through the justice system. It's going to take months, years. And most people don't have that. So there's got to be things have got to be changed. It's got to be laws to protect people, everyday people, from these things happening. And, I saw that the lawyer I used posted on Facebook, oh, somebody's mad at me today. Because I had a rant a while back and I went and then I got a cease and desist, told to take it down because I get a lot of those. But I was like, you know what? Okay, I took it down because I just didn't want to fight.
Right.
But the bottom line is, if you're giving me a cease and desist, you hiding something.
Absolutely.
What are you scared of? What are you scared of?
Yeah.
I had to take my Google review down. When was the last time somebody has to take a
Google review?
Yeah. Over a Google review. Yep. So, but she's okay to say somebody's mad at me and, oops, I'm human. Yeah. Well, you need to take your job a lot more seriously because if you were human, you would have done the best job you could instead of not and destroying my life. You're not human. That's not human. So, they know nobody's coming after them. So they're not worried, so that needs to change.
I agree.
You want to charge me $500 an hour? You better show me what you did.
Yes, I am with you.
That's how I feel. So
I'm with you.
That's my rant. You want to watch Justice Isn't Just? It's on my YouTube under Maxie Milan. That's my other line I do. And again, my telephone number 678-713-8672. If you want to book a virtual fitting, I will send you a link that you can book from there. Very simple. And I've taken up enough of your time. Clearly, I've been in recluse too long, Sherry. I'm talking to you.
I love it, though. It's been great. I feel like now we're breasties.
I know.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. You have been a joy. Thank you.
I've had a great time. We'll do this again, obviously, for sure.
We definitely will. All
right. Great. Bye.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great one. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back. Have a good day, Cynthia.
Bye.
Bye.